Hey everyone, today we will discuss about Firebase in Unity Gaming. Firebase is a very helpful tool. This works as a game backend services. Like you can imagine, you want to have some kind of analytics, you want to have some kind of database, you want to have authentication like Google authentication, iOS authentications, Facebook, and other third-party authentication if you want to have. Also, if you want to have some real-time database, okay, and you want to have some kind of backend functionalities as well, like some kind of formulas, some kind of restriction if you want to add in your game. I think Firebase is one of the easiest and one of the quickest solution which you can implement. So Firebase is not a complete backend service, but it's quite good. You can say like in a normal game development studio, especially for indie studios, 99% work should be done within Firebase. So you can imagine like Firebase is your helper tool, which will save you a lot of times and a lot of money as well. So let's deep dive into Firebase. So you can see this is the Firebase website. First, what we will do is we will download the Unity Firebase SDK. So let's type. First, we will download the Firebase SDK. So if I look here, here's you can download Firebase Unity SDK. So I click on it and it will start downloading. So the file size is almost 1.1 GB. It has actually all the tools inside the Firebase. In today's video, we will not cover all the tools. We will just cover the initial Firebase integration into Unity project and we will check how it is working. So let it complete the download. Let's come into our Unity project. Here is our Unity project. It's in Android, so that I'll make an Android build and I'll show to you. First, do some basic stuffs in our Unity project, like here is our player settings. We will require a custom key store just for an extra security in the Firebase. So I'll show you why and how. So first make it a custom package name. So I'm overriding it. So for my demo, I'm keeping it as com.palash.firebase demo project. Okay. I'm keeping it for Android only, as I'll be making an Android build. And in the publishing settings, I will create a key store. I can create key store manager, key store, create new in a dedicated location, definitely inside the project. Let's create the key here, named as Firebase demo key. Let's give it a password. Let's confirm the password. Give it an alias, Firebase, password again. That's enough. You don't need to put anything more. Add key. Key store and key created. Okay, now let's go back to Google Chrome. Our file is downloaded. Let's go to our Firebase and create a project. So go to Firebase console. Don't have any project yet. Let's create a new project. Give it the name, Firebase demo Unity. I accept the terms and conditions, continue. I'm enabling Google Analytics for this project. This is the recommended and a good thing to do. If you don't want to do it right now, you can do it later as well. But I also recommend to do it while you create the project, because when you have your Google Analytics, it will help you in more insights into your data. For example, you can have your BigQuery, you can have your, lot more interesting metrics you can create in your data while you have your Google Analytics. Okay, so the analytics location, I'm keeping it is as default, all of this right now. Create project. So it is creating my project. Till then, let's check what is inside our zip folder, which we downloaded. So here it is, our zip folder unzipped. You can see it has analytics, app check, authentication, crashlytics, database, dynamic links, Firestore, functions, installations, messaging. Message means push notification, in-app message, remote configuration, and Firebase storage. Today we will do the basic thing, which is analytics, Firebase Analytics. So our project is ready. Let's go into the project. Yeah. So here you can create your application for Android, iOS, web, and separately for web, Unity or Flutter. I will create an Unity application now. And inside the Unity application, I'll create for an Apple and Android both. So my bundle ID will be same for both the case. Yeah. So my bundle ID will be com.plus.5h demo project, and app nickname I can say is Firebase Android. I'm sorry, that was iOS. Firebase iOS. This is Android. Create both the app. Once this is done, we have our configuration file for Android and iOS both. Let's download this. Okay, so we have both. Now inside our project, let's create a data folder, and let's keep both the files inside the data folder. You can keep it literally anywhere inside your project. I'm keeping it inside a data folder. Go to next. So download Firebase Unity SDK. We already downloaded it. Next. And continue to console. So here it is, our project, Firebase Demo Unity. And let me show you regarding the key store, what I was telling you earlier. So here you can see that in the Android project, there is a SSH certificate fingerprints, which is required if you have an extra layer of security. I will definitely recommend you provide your SSH fingerprint. So to have the fingerprint, what you can do is like you can create your application. Let me show you how you can do it. So add the open scenes, make a build, let's give it our name. First create a folder like build folder, let's give it a name build 1. To create the SSH, you can do few things, like you can use your key store and then run this command, or you can do it through Gradle. There is another way, which is using the APK, which I'll be showing you right now. So how you can do using the APK. So here is your command tool. What you need to do is the right key tool, print cert jar file, and then path of this application. I will share this command in the description box below. So once you do it, you will see something like this: SHA1 and SHA256. What we require is SHA1 here. So we'll copy it and we'll paste it here. And we'll paste it here. Save. Yeah. So here we have our SHA saved. We will import the analytics file. So here is our analytics file. Let's import it. Yeah, it's imported. Make it enable. Yeah, it's done. Now we will initialize Firebase into our project. Let's create a scripts folder. Let's create a script called Firebase init. Yeah, here it is, Firebase init. Let's delete update as we will not require this. Yeah, Firebase app.check and fix dependencies and async and check and fix dependencies async dot continue with. So here we'll get a task status equal to task dot result. If status equal to available, we can print and if it's not, then we can throw an error that Firebase Unity SDK is not good to use. So now let's make a build and check. I'm naming it as build 2. This is so easy, right? Till the time the build is making, let me share you that Firebase helped a lot in my personal projects. The reason is that I required a lot of analytics and I required database, I required systems, okay, I required a lot of communications between two players. So in all these scenarios, generally I would have required a backend engineer for me, but Firebase helped me a lot. Firebase helped me to connect with these services, and I believe if you look carefully to Firebase, I mean Firebase can help you a lot in any kind of gaming project. Now let me install the build in my device. Okay, so now my APK is downloaded in my device. Let me install. Let's come into here in Firebase real-time analytics. I opened my device. I opened the APK in my device, and you can see here there is one user, and the first event which is triggered by default, is first open. So I launched the app first time, and my analytics is showing first open, screen view, session start, and user engagement. So I started getting all the default events. So you can see even it is showing where I am from. It's pretty cool, nah? So we did almost very few simple things. So if I summarize what we did, we created the app, we got two Firebase config files, we kept it inside Unity project, and then we changed our package name, we created a key store, and we created a SHF file, and we created a couple of lines of code just to initialize Firebase. So this is the magic line you can think of. Firebase app dot check and fix dependencies async dot continuate, and we're ready. We're ready to start with the Firebase. Now, if I want to implement the other Firebase projects like Firebase Crashlytics, Firebase Database, Firebase Firestore. Firestore is another kind of database. Firebase Database is real-time database, which is called as RTDB, and Firestore is actually more advanced. And there is Firebase functions. So through functions, you can actually have some kind of you can imagine real backend code. You can add Firebase storage, Firebase messaging. So in my game development, let me share you which ones I use like explicitly too much. One is definitely Firebase Analytics, another is Firebase authentication, another is Crashlytics, then database, then Firestore, then push notification, then storage. So these are the things I use extensively in my game. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. See you in next part of Firebase video, and probably I'll try to cover the Firebase database, real-time database. I think that's an important thing in the next video. See you till then. Bye.